So, want to know everything about the Samsung Galaxy S21, including how it looks? Well, let's start with that one. Let's dive into a 3D animation of it. So, the Samsung Galaxy S21, there are some changes this year, especially when it comes to the release date. Now normally Samsung releases their phones quite a bit later than they are planning right now. Right now it is said by John Prosser that the announcement and pre-order will be the 14th of January. And the release itself, and when you get it, is the 29th of January. So that's pretty interesting because they did shift it up quite a bit. This is also the reason why we know quite a lot about the device itself, why we see case makers releasing renders as well of their cases, which in turn showcase how the S21 looks. So let's start with the looks themselves. Now we already seen the introduction video of the Samsung Galaxy S21 series, but let's talk about it because it's quite interesting, because this year we are dealing with a new kind of design for the Samsung Galaxy S21, something that I find interesting. Heck, so interesting that I also thought of this idea. Anyway, the design itself doesn't follow the normal design trend when it comes to Samsung devices, but also devices in general. What do I mean with that? Well, the camera, as you can see, is now somewhat fused with the frame itself. Now, it does make that part look thicker, but it has a nice flow to it, especially for the S21 and the S21 Plus. Now, however, the S21 Ultra, I'm not the biggest fan of. The camera housing just looks too big. It doesn't work that well anymore when the camera housing is that large. It just doesn't flow as nice. Either way, when it comes to this, we do also have some information about the front itself. Not only has bezels shrunk for the Samsung Galaxy S21, which I don't really care for anyway, but we do get some information about the screens themselves. Not so much about the technology behind it, but more about that the Samsung Galaxy S21 and the S21 Plus will actually feature a flat display. The S21 Ultra, however, will still retain that curved. But we also get some information about the colors themselves. And this year for the Samsung Galaxy S21 we will have a black, a white, a grey, a silver, a violet and a pink version. Now for myself, I'm not too sure about these colors. What I would really like to see is of course that emerald green from the Samsung Galaxy S6. That was really a nice color, or maybe a Bordeaux red. Those colors are really nice if you ask me, but so far we are not getting that, sadly. We did see one Samsung that was red, I think for the Samsung Galaxy S8, but apart from that I don't think they actually really released a high-end phone with that red color. Either way, let's talk a little bit about the cameras because we do have a little bit of information about it. Now the Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra is the main one that we know most about. It gets 5 cameras, but we only know information about 4 of them, so the 5th one is a bit obscure. We don't know much about it, we don't know what it will function as, so let's wait and see what that one is for. But the main one is of course the same 108 megapixel sensor. I don't know if they get a new hardware sensor, but it is still 108 megapixels. We get 2 sensors that are 10 megapixels and one that is 60 megapixels. The interesting thing is, however, this year we get an extra sensor for zoom. You think, well, we have a periscope, why would you want that? Yeah, well, Samsung is deciding that we actually need a 2x zoom as well. This will result in better quality in terms of zoom when it goes to 2x zoom, because the periscope is not made for that. The main sensor will simply crop in and give you that 2x zoom. It's digital, however, so there is a little bit of loss. However, I don't really see any use of it. Then next to it, normally us Europeans and those who aren't in America have to maybe worry about the CPU itself, because unlike the Americans, we don't actually get the Qualcomm CPU, we actually get the Exynos CPU. However, this year there is some good news. There has been a benchmark leak that is now giving us a score of almost 700,000. Now of course, these scores don't mean anything in general. It could be that the battery life still isn't improved, and of course, image processing can still be a bit whack if you ask me. It really depends on how that processor is made, the individual parts in that processor, on how things are managed properly. So we have to wait and see how that chip actually performs, but so far it looks promising in terms, well, of what we've seen before. And then we have some bad news as well. It is said that the Samsung Galaxy S21 series will actually not ship with a power adapter. That's a really odd and also ballsy move, because not so long ago they made fun of Apple removing that. Like the headphone jack. Why are you doing the same thing again? I remember the headphone jack one. Seems explicit, right? And then they still removed it. Anyway, it is rumored that it will not be included with the Samsung Galaxy S21. I feel like if you pay €1,000 or even like 800 or something like that, you should have that power adapter included. Most people who actually buy a new phone sell the old one including the adapter, so they don't have a charger anymore. And then it is also said that you won't get your AKG headsets with it. Now this is not really an issue, because it is also said that you are actually getting the follow-up of the Samsung Galaxy Buds Plus, new version of Bluetooth headsets. This you will get with the phone itself, at least that is rumored, so that's something that you get in return. For myself, however, I still prefer the wired. So, what do you think about the Samsung Galaxy S21? Do you like what it's shaping up to be? Are you not interested in the device itself? If I had to pick myself, I'd probably go for the S21 or the S21 Plus, because in terms of design, it just flows so much better. However, I'm still pretty pleased with the Xperia 1 Mark II and of course my Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus, so I probably won't get an update. Either way, let me know what you think about this kind of video, where I start with what product we are talking about, an introduction video, and then of course talking about the information that we know about the device itself. Either way, let me know in the comments below. And of course, if you like this video, don't forget to leave a like and a comment. It really does help out a video like this. It performs better when you do so. And of course, if you're not subscribed, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon if you enjoy my kind of content. Either way, have a good one and talk to you guys in the next.